and welcome to another episode of 81632-bit. I'm your host, Learned Rob, and today we're going to be looking at something which I think is really cool and really fun if you're into retro games. It's this. This is a Raspberry Pi 3. Basically, Raspberry Pi 3, for those who don't know, is a credit card sized computer. It's got built-in Wi-Fi, it has 4 USB sockets, an Ethernet connector, Bluetooth, you've got output connectors on it so you can hook up LCD screens and all sorts of things. But for a lot of people, this has become well known for some of the software it uses, specifically RetroPie. Now, RetroPie is a collection of emulators which operate under the libretto libraries. RetroArch is involved in it, and it also uses Emulation Station as its front end. Now, what I'm going to do in a moment, I'll cut through and I'll show you the system booting up, and I'll explain some of the stuff that I've got on there and show you it in action. So let's hope you enjoy this. Okay, so here we are getting ready to turn the Raspberry Pi on. As you can see, I've got it hooked up here next to the TV. What you've got there, you've got a USB power supply and a HDMI cable going to the TV. It's got a simple USB joypad plugged into it. Mine's a SNES clone. So let's power this thing up. And here we go. So as you can see, it's not overly clear there, but it's running on Raspbian Jessie. That's my own little custom boot screen. It does take a minute or two to boot through, but once it does, it's well worth it. Here we go. Going into Emulation Station, and here we are at the RetroPie desktop. As you can see, I've got a number of systems set up on here to use, various consoles and home computers. You've got a big old page of setup options here. It should take you through everything, different themes, etc. Ports. Yeah, Visual Doom, Minecraft, PC Engine games, Neo Geo Pocket, NES, Mega Drive, Master System. As you can see, some of these listings look a bit different. On some of them I've got all, as much detail as I can for them, so you've got box art and basic descriptions. The Amiga, good old ZX Spectrum there, Vectrex, SNES, Sega CD. There's a lot that you can get on this. I've only got a few systems, so we'll start off with a little bit of Sega CD action, because it's quite a solid system here. Oh, accidentally pressing the wrong button on the pad there. Let's go for Night Trap. Okay, we're back. I think I know what happened there. I selected the wrong set of ROMs. Let's try this one. There we go. You got the Sega CD boot screen there, just gives a bit more volume. Now, this obviously is quite an iconic Sega CD game, famous for its use of full motion video. Let's just skip all of this. And here we go. We're into the game. There you go, I'll just quit out of that. You can see it runs. Let's try something a bit different that you might not have seen for a while. Won't show you any Nintendo, so I don't want to get in trouble, because we all know what Nintendo are like. We'll pick a Mega Drive game here, something that's a bit interesting. Let's go for, there you go, Virtua Racing. It's a Sega 32X game. Which amazingly this will run 32X games as well. The old Sega Sports Holiday, and here we go. As you can see, it's running it pretty well. No noticeable slowdown. And yeah, that's what this does. You know, you get some computer stuff running. The good old Specker. Vectrex. Yeah, there's the SNES. So yeah, so that's a little bit of an overview of the Raspberry Pi. As I said, there's a load of games. You can access them in so many different ways. It's all a bit crazy. You know, you've got so many options. You know, you can also set up stuff like MAME and Final Burn on this. You know, it's the sheer volume of options you've got are just ridiculous. This is really the ultimate toy for someone who loves retro but doesn't have the space to set up a huge number of machines at once, which I clearly don't have. And here we go. Some Vectrex action. Or it will be when I can remember what buttons to press. As you can see, it's a bit of a nice little bit of 3D action here. Some nice handling of the vector graphics that the Vectrex produced. You can do a lot of this. You can do save states and such for games. There's quite a few settings for you to have. You know, you can have different looks to the system. You know, and this is the basic settings on here. If I go into the actual RetroPie section, using the camera shot there, there's also Bluetooth, config edit themes, a file manager, configuring the actual Raspberry Pi itself, RetroArch, a full setup separately for RetroPie. I'll show you what it looks like when you do that. It's a little bit more basic. You end up with this. So it allows you to select different emulators, but we'll leave that for now. And yeah, that's a quick tour of RetroPie running on the Raspberry Pi 3. Okay, so that was the Raspberry Pi 3 running RetroPie. I hope you enjoyed seeing that footage and seeing what you can do with the system. If you've enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe. Leave a comment. It's all beneficial to me. I want to hear what everyone's got to say about this video. And until next time, so long.